Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you all for being here. This is such an awesome event, and I'm very grateful to have the students present today. As Peter said, I'm Joseph. I'm a Youth Development Manager at the Washington Area Bicyclists Association. I have the joy of mentoring a group of students from Prince George's County Public Schools. This year there are 10 students in this paid internship program. This is made possible through a grant from the Maryland Highway Safety Office. So I have to shout out Cynthia Spriggs in the back for all her incredible work. We're grateful for the Maryland Highway Safety Office dedication of creating a culture of change amongst students in Prince George's County. You might not know this, but the students will talk more about this. Prince George's County has the highest rates of fatalities on the roadways, pedestrians, bicyclists, all road users. And the goal of this program is for students to create safe routes to school projects at their schools. There are 5 schools in this year's program. We have, you guys want to shout them out? Northwestern High School. Woo! Flowers High School. Laurel High School. Bowie High School. Oxon Hill High School. And that's it. Well, I'll invite the students up. We have 10, but at the event today we have 6 students, and I'm very grateful that they're here to present. I think I'll hand it off to Asa to start.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Asa Anderson, and I'm a student at Oxon Hill High School, a senior.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Daniela Akiyemi. I'm a student at Charles Herbert Flowers High School.
Good morning. I'm Gianna Villalobos from Northwestern High School.
Good morning, everyone. I am Jaime Perez from Northwestern High School.
Good morning. My name is Martina Tabora, and I'm also from Oxon Hill High School.
Good morning. My name is Lauren McKee. I'm from Laurel High School. We actually have one more. Travis Scorpio.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rosita Mohamed Pereza, and I'm from South Flowers High School.
Okay, and with that, we'll get started. Okay, so the Washington Area Bicycle Association, or WABA for short, is a leadership program that has helped students like us give us the information to advocate for safer roads for not just bicyclists, but all forms of public transportation, pedestrians, car drivers, public transportation, that sort of thing. And acts as a way of educating us on these topics, and like Joseph said, has the highest mortality rate, and we're very excited to help prevent that from happening.
Moving on to the events, we attended the Oxon Hill Walk Audit on November 21st, 2025, and this created a space for us to effectively practice collecting data using our observational skills to determine what could be fixed in that area. What we learned through this process, we learned the basics of conducting a walk audit and just how many problems are within one area, let alone a school area where children run rampant. We learned a variety of different hazards such as cracked sidewalks and trees that have grown out into the sidewalks, as well as fallen signs, debris, and more. Another walk audit that the Mount Rainier Walk Audit on December 17th, 2025, we joined the Neighborhoods Design Center with the purpose is that this workshop allowed us to survey the pedestrian conditions along with inspecting specific details such as accessibility of sidewalks, crosswalks, and more. This created a space for us to take account of the types of pedestrians such as elders, adults, young adults, children, and more.
From this workshop, we learned how to develop the necessary skills needed in order to conduct our own walk audits in the future. And it also taught us how to identify cautious areas within a community along with finding a solution. We also discovered new techniques on how to make a community more inclusive for drivers and pedestrians alike.
As a whole group, we conducted a debate centered around the topic of e-bikes. So this created a space for us to question the effects of e-bikes uses within communities, question the negative effects of e-bikes within communities, question how communities can improve e-bikes. From this, we learned that e-bikes can benefit people in various ways while also recognizing the dangers that it can cause. We learned that e-bikes can be a convenient method of transportation due to accessibility for children and reduce pollution to the environment.
E-bike data. A reported study in April 2025 by the National Library of Medicine recorded that e-bikes are a growing transportation method that has led to high rates of impact injuries. The study also describes e-bike injuries as a growing phenomenon in the United States that has risen significantly in the last decade. Another national study by the University of California, San Francisco found that e-bike injuries have doubled each year from 2017 to 2022, especially in the United States. They stated that the rates drastically increased from 751 to 23,493 injuries. Why does this matter? These forms of data allow us to recognize that e-bikes could be taken into consideration with how a community is structured, such as road density, protected pathways, and policies regarding the safety of the user.
As we've seen on Highway Slide, e-bikes has a lot of problems. Specifically, I would like to target 3 ones that affect youth. The lithium-ion battery causes really dangerous fires, especially for inexperienced teenagers who are not really familiar with dangerous batteries, so it tends to cause fires really often. And also the speed causes teenagers to get into car crashes really frequently, especially because there's not real sidewalk spaces, so they go into the streets and cause a lot of car crashes. Lastly, the production and disposition of bike batteries has harmful environmental impacts.
So transportation affects students every day, and walk, some of us take the metro bus and bikes. So not everyone has a car. And in PG County, a lot of drivers ignore the speed limits, especially near schools, and that makes crossing the street scary. When I was a student in the middle school and high school, I'm still in the high school, but yeah. I didn't always take the car or transportation. I usually used bikes because I was staying after school classes, clubs, and activities, and sometimes I had to walk, which is like 45 minutes away from my home to school, and the only other options were a bus and bikes.
As we mentioned before, PG County has the highest number of traffic fatalities in the state, with 97 traffic deaths in 2025. That means road safety is a serious public issue in our area. In addition to fatalities, there are more than 20,000 crashes per year, and nearly 4,000 involve injuries. These crashes impact thousands of families through injuries, property damage, and financial stress. The main causes include speeding, distracted driving, impaired driving, and not wearing seatbelts. Pedestrians are also at a high risk, especially on roads without proper sidewalks and crosswalks. As interns, we've taken the time to analyze these dangers and how they can be taken into consideration when designing roads and navigating them.
So our walk audits in Opposite Hill, Mount Rainier, and other communities has helped us notice a clear and apparent issue. So some of the things that we observed is unsafe bus stops, uneven sidewalks, poor lighting and debris, and broken fences along or on walking paths. And these aren't just inconveniences, they affect how safe and comfortable it feels for students, workers, and families within the community to move through and navigate through it. From what we observed, here are a few improvements that would make a big difference. First, safe bus infrastructure. Bus stops should be clearly marked. They should have available shelters, benches. It should be well lit and also connected to continuous sidewalks. Second, high visibility crosswalks where people actually cross. Oftentimes, our walk audits showed that existing infrastructure doesn't always match how people navigate throughout their community in real life. And third, crosswalk technology. In high traffic areas, long wait times can actually increase pedestrian risk. More responsive pedestrian signals and flashing beacons can be practical tools that can help make people more visible and reduce danger. This brings us to what our findings suggest, that prioritizing the routes that students, families, and community members use every day can significantly improve safety. Moving on to the final section, these are some proven strategies, and our recommendations are backed by our walk audits, data, and direct community input. Continued investment in these strategies can reduce crashes. Moving on to data, why this matters. There are about 16,650 crashes annually in Prince George's County and 39 reported traffic fatalities, with pedestrians making a significant portion of those roadway deaths. And that's all.
Safe, accessible, and reliable transportation is important because it protects lives. When roads are designed safely and drivers follow traffic laws, crashes and injuries decrease for everyone, including pedestrians and cyclists. Pedestrian safety is especially important. Sidewalks, crosswalks, traffic lights, and good lighting help prevent accidents near schools and neighborhoods. Reliable transportation also gives people access to important opportunities like jobs, education, and healthcare. Not everyone has a car, so safe public transit is essential. Accessibility matters too. Seniors and people with disabilities need safe sidewalks, ramps, and accessible buses to stay independent. Overall, safer transportation strengthens communities, supports the economy, and makes neighborhoods healthier and more connected.
Finally, our Q&A. But first, we have Joseph's email, the WABA website, and the Instagram. Now, we'll take any questions you guys.
So how did you do your research to figure out how to do the walk audit? Who taught you how to do the walk audit?
So, going back to the Mount Rainier walk audit workshop, that's where we learned a lot of how to do our workshop. We worked with the Neighborhood Design Center in Mount Rainier, and they helped us learn how to do walk audit. Yes?
Are the sidewalks that were damaged in Operation County or HOA or?
So, where the cracked sidewalks were, that was more of a jurisdiction problem, like in Oxon Hill. I don't remember seeing any cracked sidewalks in Mount Rainier, you guys? Yeah, they were just smaller, but yeah, cracked sidewalks in Oxon Hill, that was a jurisdiction problem, so it's, you know, it's up to them. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so it's more of a comment than a question, but I had heard several months ago, and it's like one of those thoughts that has stayed in my mind, a public library up in upstate New York, it might have been like Syracuse, I don't know if you heard that, they have an e-bike lending program as a library, and it involves training before you're allowed to check out the bike, but it's a big bonus to the community because it's reduced the number of cars on the road by increasing the number of e-bikes. So that might be something that you might want to look into as a possibility for the future.
That's very interesting. Thank you for bringing that up. Anyone else? Yes.
Sorry, now I'm going to respond to her comment. The Washington Area Bike Disability Union just launched a cargo bike library in DC, and we're looking at there's one space in Arlington where we're up, we're not, or we're at a space in Maryland yet, but the idea is the same, but you rent it for a week. If you loan it for a week, and there's training at the beginning. So, just a little ad for one, but thank you for the presentation, it was excellent.
Thank you. Yes.
Is there a formal methodology for walk audits?
So what we do is we kind of just go around a certain area. We map out what we see along our route. Like any potential hazards, the types of people we see, like age demographics, like seniors, children, sometimes animals, and we're just mainly just searching for problems. So.
I would also like to say that we are planning walk audits at our own.
We're planning walk audits at our own schools, just to survey how our schools. Survey how people at our own schools also get to school, whether it be by bike, car, the school bus, and we're in the works of planning that with our school leaders.
And I love the idea that you guys are taking the initiative and doing this on your own. And I just don't want, I mean, this is for everybody in the room, that I heard the word accident, and I think as we move towards Vision Zero, we have to consistently use that word crash. It's a crash, not an accident. And I love what you guys are doing.
Thank you so much.
It's maybe outside your remit, but when you do these walk audits, do you ever look at actual road design and comment on where, especially in your schools, there might be a raised crosswalk or curb bump outs or other such things which would make walking safer?
We actually do that because that was part of our workshop at the Neighborhood Design Center. So we got to learn all about raised.
And there were, in the Oxon Hill area, there is a raised sidewalk, and it's very dangerous. I've seen like little kids trip on it when I'm walking to the bus stop by myself after school, because I'm a half-day senior, so I'm able to see like a bunch of people just walking on by.
I also wanted to note that when we're conducting a walk audit, we have specific formatting of papers. So each section, because we work with the Department of Transportation for all of our walk audits, so every section of the paper, you can go and write specifically sidewalks, and you point out the issues in the sidewalks. Any other questions?
How do weather challenges factor into data?
Weather challenges?
Didn't you guys do one where it was super late at night, for instance?
Yes, it was the Oxon Hill walk audit. It was during, it was November. It was during November, so it did get dark. We started around 4 and we ended at 5, so it did get dark, and that was an issue. We had to cut down on the time, but that definitely is an issue that you have to consider when conducting a walk audit.
Yes?
I just want to say thank you. The work that you do as students benefits the entire community, and I know how hard it is to be a student right now and how many pressures you have as juniors and seniors. So I just really want to make sure that you know how much we all appreciate everything you did with this project. Well done.
I want to know, how do you think that young people like you can have a positive impact on making your streets and communities safer?
I just think, like, as a member of of any community, your number one goal should be to be concerned about other people, not just yourself. And I think, in a place where you grow up, you live, and you'd always want something better. You always want to feel protected, and you'd always want to make sure someone's looking out for you. Yes.
Thank you very much. This is really enlightening and empowering. How did you guys get started? What inspired you? What would you recommend if we wanted to take this to other schools in our communities to try to get something collaborative like this going?
I'd say the simplest thing is to just walk around your neighborhood and survey what you think is dangerous and what you think needs to be changed. Like, for example, I run track and run cross country, so I'm always running around the neighborhood of my school, so I'm always surveying, oh, this doesn't have a sidewalk, oh, maybe I shouldn't be running around here because a car might hit me. So I think that's a very important thing to do. Oh, and I also want to touch on the weather comment again, because even with the snow, you see the sidewalks are not clear. So I am no stranger to slipping on those sidewalks, and rain, when the divots in the sidewalks makes it harder to get on the sidewalk. So I also want to touch on it.
If you'd like to know more about how the project started, I'm happy to answer those questions too from a few years before the students started this year.
Bike to school day.
Have a commute to school day, like walking and biking to school, rather than taking like the bus or a car. And the Youth Transportation Safety Summit, where we will also present our findings from the end of our internship.
How did you guys do with the job that you found as you did the street survey? Did you guys know about the raised crosswalk before you
Okay, so obviously before we went to the Neighborhood Design Center, I can speak personally, I wasn't really familiar with how people design different sidewalks as opposed to safety. But when we went there, I learned a lot more. There's also different sidewalks where they paint murals and stuff like that. I thought that was really beautiful. So I think that's our last question. I want to thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to present today. And I hope to see you all more in the future.
I'm like a proud father.